Coach Wade joining us here on Off the Bench this morning. Let's start the conversation there with one of your seniors, Coach Skylar Mays, and a great bounce-back effort for him this weekend. I'd imagine that you and the coaching staff were anticipating that from your point guard.
Yeah, absolutely. You knew he was gonna play well and carry us home. I thought, he I don't know if he's had back-to-back poor games since we've been here. I can't remember him if he has.
Definitely not in high school either. I've never seen him.
And so, you just knew he was gonna shake back. I thought he did a great job, not only offensively. Second half he exploded offensively and hit the threes and took the lid off the basket for us. But defensively early in the game, he really set the tone for us. He was picking up Chuck Mitchell, the guard, 11, three-quarter court, turning him, and that's something we hadn't had all year. Is where you just have somebody that sits down out front and sets the tone for your defense. And I thought that was really, really critical for us getting stops. I mean, they scored 50, and we gave them 6 off of offensive rebounds where we kind of screwed up, one on a free throw and one on something where we should have blocked out 35 twice. But, they scored 9 points on really, really tough shots. And they had a couple guys take some shots that we would love for them to take, and they made them. I mean, we made life difficult for them defensively. We wanted to play a little bit faster, but once the game kind of settled in, you figured we could win a tractor pull like that, and so that's what we did. But I thought Skylar played tremendously. I thought Javonte, those two had a rough night at Florida. There's no secret about that. But I thought he bounced back, and he played extremely, extremely well too. That's the way Texas A&M defends. You can't run a lot of plays. You've got to just rely on some spacing and rely on your guards to make decisions. And I thought Javonte and Skylar both made excellent decisions most of the time out there on the court.
Yeah, and so part and parcel of that, Coach, that translates to 4 turnovers on the day. That's it. That's the lowest that you've been. Is that the lowest for any game that you've ever coached?
It's pretty low. I think I think it's on down there. I know we had 5 one time here. I think our first year
against Georgia. I think.
Yeah, against Georgia. But I think 4's really, really good. Really, really good. So that was certainly a positive.
So when you look with the win now, Coach, 11-5 in the SEC, tied for second in the SEC, but kind of take a step back, and Rabley wrote about this morning, the consistency of the program. As good as LSU's been on the past, hasn't always been the most consistent, and now there's 20 wins 2 years in a row, looking like the potential to go to the tournament 2 years in a row. How do you feel about where this program is at, kind of with your overall vision?
Well, you always want more. You always want to be better. But I mean, we're moving in the right direction. Everything doesn't happen overnight, and so I think somebody told me, I got to confirm it with Kent today, but it's a little shocking to me. But I guess this is the most wins in back-to-back seasons since like 85, 86,
no doubt.
87,
yeah,
something like that. So, that's like, that's like 30 years. So, you got to have a little bit of 35 years or so. You got to have a little bit of perspective. But
yeah, it's actually
I think we're moving in a good direction. We need to get back to the NCAA tournament this year. And like I said, I think I said it in the press conference. If you can finish in the top 4, every year in the league, which hopefully we do, and you're going to get in the NCAA tournament every year. You're in the top 4, and then a lot of it there's some luck involved. I mean, we went to the Final Four at VCU in 2011, and if you'd have asked us to pick the teams that we could play out of the 68 teams that got into the bracket, we would have picked all the teams with the exception of Kansas. With the exception of Kansas, but we'd have picked every. We played Purdue to go to the Sweet 16, who had 2 kids out for injury. We played. We just had. We had a very, good, very, very good. Good path, and by the time we'd gotten to Kansas, who was the best team in the country, we had built enough momentum with the other 3 wins where we felt we could beat them. So, a lot of it once you get to the tournaments, matchups, and I'm not going to say luck, but it's really the luck of the draw, and who you play and that sort of thing. And so, I think we're well positioned. We have. I know everybody likes to whine about our non-conference schedule, but we do have the best non-conference strength of schedule in the SEC. We have the 8th best we're number 8 in the country in non-conference strength of schedule and number 8 in the country in overall strength of schedule.
Damn.
So we've played a very very tough schedule. It's almost like we know what we're doing in scheduling every once in a while. But we've played a very very tough schedule. I think our seeding's going to reflect that. I think we're going to get seeded a little bit better than probably what we're being projected right now, because the committee loves, non-conference strength of schedule. There's teams that are above us in the seeding that are 230, 240 or so in non-conference strength of schedule, and I think they're going to get dinged for that. The committee, that's the one thing they're consistent on every year is you got to schedule good games, you got to win, you got to win good games. And so, we've scheduled them. We didn't win as many of them as we wanted to, but a top 10 non-conference strength of schedule is nothing to sneeze at, and it's the best in the SEC, and it's one of the best in the country. So I think that'll certainly help us on Selection Sunday, but it won't help us as much as picking up a road win at Arkansas would on Wednesday or beating Georgia. We probably need another win or two and feel real comfortable. And so we got some work to do this week, but shoot, it's good. First week of March, and you got a dog in the hunt. That's all you can ask for.
Will Wade, LSU head basketball coach, joining us here, ESPN, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, and Alexandria. You mentioned the road trip to Arkansas. Isaiah Joe makes them a different team. What do you make of the Hogs on Wednesday night?
Yeah, he's playing so well, and everybody's going to, one place he really helps him is defensively. He's a pretty good defender, and he does a good job defending the three-point line. And, their defense suffered as much as their offense when he was out. And so, and just watching the tape, I've watched, I'm finishing up the Georgia game. I watched it live, but I'm finishing up the film actually right now. But, I've watched all their games since he's been back, the Missouri game, the Tennessee game, Georgia, and a couple of these other games. And so, he's playing. It's just like if any of our guys had 4 or 5 games off in a couple of weeks, he just looks so much fresher than everybody else on the court. The other 9 players look like they're plodding down the court. He's just gliding and moving so well. And so I know it was tough for Arkansas not having him for a couple of weeks. But, he's moving well. He's playing at a high level, both offensively and defensively. He's such a weapon on offense. You have to count for him at all times. And, with him being out, Mason Jones has really stepped up. We've got to do a great job on him. We've got to guard him without fouling him. He's made 130 free throws in SEC play.
Wow.
So he's averaging like 7 or 8 points a game from the free throw line. And so we've got to make him make, tough contested jump shots. And then Jimmy Witt really hurt us the first game, and he's as good a mid-range shooter as there is. Bailey always seems to hurt us, a Louisiana kid up by Alexandria. He always seems to hurt us when we play Arkansas, and so we need to make sure we account for them. But, they'll be playing, they've got a lot on the line. They'll be playing with their backs against the wall. They obviously have a tremendous home court advantage, and Bud Walton's one of the great venues in our league, and I know it'll be packed, and hopefully we go in there and don't turn the ball over too much. They'll be calling the Hogs on us when we start turning that ball over.
There's nothing worse than hearing the pig suey there. So but take me back to Saturday, Coach. And I know you're locked into the game, so I don't even know how much of this you got to experience. But you retired the jersey of Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. What was just that whole kind of weekend and scene like, having Mahmoud there and just other luminaries, other LSU basketball luminaries?
It was great. The first part was Friday. I showed some video to our guys. Our guys it takes a lot to impress our players. They were like, "Oh my gosh!" They don't know. They've heard, but they don't know. So we showed some video, and they're like, "Oh my gosh!" I showed him scoring the 48 against Louisiana Tech in his third college game. I said, "Shoot, it took some of you freshmen a month to score 48 points. I don't know what took y'all. It took y'all all November to score 48. What the hell? What took so long?" But just it was a great weekend. He spoke to our team. He still follows our team.
Yeah.
He knew some of our guys. Our guys thought that was pretty cool. He was talking to them by name and that sort of thing. And we had him speak to the team, and then I got to spend some time with him Saturday before the ceremony. And so it was just a great weekend. Well deserved honor for Mahmoud. He's just a phenomenal player and a great ambassador for LSU and for our program. And I didn't get to see the halftime. Obviously, I was a little bit busy.
Yeah.
But somebody gave me the speech. I got to watch it, and I thought it was tremendous, and the whole thing went well. Kent Lowe and his whole staff, they did a great job. Kristen Kane from the L Club, they all did a tremendous job. Brittany from our office, just tying everything together and getting everything together. It was a special day, and like I told our guys, we can't get caught up in all that. It's not going to be a very special day if we don't win.
No, you always got to follow through.
Let's make sure we handle our business and win the game, and then everybody will remember it as a great day, and that's what it was. He probably could have outscored our team against A&M.
A great weekend for the Tigers, and it got even better on the recruiting trail. So keep it up, Coach, and boot up. Enjoy. Have a good trip to Arkansas, and we'll talk to you before the game against Georgia on Saturday.
Sounds like a plan, guys. Thanks. Have a great week.
There he is, Coach Will Wade, checking in with us here on OTB after a successful weekend for his program.